So
really happy
because
for
you are the first guest on Higher,
Uh-huh.
it's only right that my final question for you is, what does living higher mean to you?
Based on 420 or
Oh,
based on, it's green too. It's, the branding. What's happening? Tell me. You're in green. You got green behind you. Tell me about higher.
I can't just
What
love
does
the
higher
color.
mean to you?
I can't just love the color green.
What does higher mean for you?
He's the creative force behind Church of Laugh, Kingdom Native, and the greatest podcast ever, Second Service. Jeremy Williams, a.k.a. J. Will, is in the studio. Jeremy.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
It's so nice to be here.
Is it? How
Yeah.
nice? On a scale of 1 to 10.
I think I'm the first one here.
You
so
are.
I feel very, very special.
You should, and honored.
And today, actually, I feel like the things are aligning.
Are they?
Where did I meet you?
Oh, God. At Start? At a nonprofit?
I did photography
Really?
for Start
Today?
right before.
Wow. Full circle moment.
Yeah, so you
I wasn't your talent today, though.
you wasn't, but yeah, we met at Start, and from that we started Second Service.
We did.
You trusted me.
Yes, I did.
And now I'm trusted to be first on your podcast. So this is dope.
Look at that. Well, I'm so excited to have you here. We have a lot of things to dive into. So first things first, take us back to young Jeremy. Tell me about childhood, growing up in Brooklyn. We're Brooklyn born and raised.
Yep.
I don't think I know anyone as proud
Oh yeah.
to be from Brooklyn. than you.
Brooklyn all day.
So tell me about.
So I actually was the only one born in America out of my siblings.
Really?
And I don't really say when people ask where you from, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not from New York. I'm not from America. I'm from Brooklyn. Like I wear that on my
Such
chest.
a Brooklyn thing to say.
Very happy about it.
Okay.
So growing up, my parents were pastors.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in church.
Shout out to the PKs.
I was in church all day, every day for all my life. And because you're in church, you start doing things in church, right? So started playing the drums. I can't say my testimony that I was cleaning and closing up the church.
Okay.
I don't wear that on my
Because
chest.
most PKs, that is their testimony, not mine.
Not really, yeah. I probably was going to church, but not necessarily doing everything with my hands and feet.
Okay.
But of course, I've held different positions. I've been youth director before. I've done creative for church, and then specifically in my church, like once I was getting into art,
Okay.
I was like, these flyers aren't good. These pictures aren't good.
The doves.
The doves are terrible.
The clouds.
The clouds are very specific to funerals.
The throne chair.
We didn't have the one with the gold and the glitter.
Okay.
It was white and burgundy.
Oh.
Yeah, but it matched the burgundy carpet like all the churches have.
Okay, yes.
But yeah, getting into art, I used to draw as a kid.
Okay.
And once I found out about graphic design, I was like, oh, I don't got to draw no more. This is dope. I can use a computer. So where creativity actually happens for me is when something is not done well.
Okay.
I get inspired to fix it.
Okay.
So
church flyers are not done well.
Church flyers, church branding wasn't done well for a long time. So I felt like that I was called to fix it.
Okay.
Anything that is not done well for the King of Kings.
That's good. Come on.
I feel burdened. They love feeling burdened.
So heavy.
To fix it. And so instead of complaining about things,
Okay.
I feel like it is if I'm burdened to with something that I would try to fix it. So that's
Perfect.
how I got into design, and
Okay.
that's how I got into photography, and that's how I got into video, because I was seeing things that you see it on the secular side, like it looks great, and then
Mm-hmm.
you would come into church and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bit about my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah, when it
So
comes to
tell
that.
me about your first creative win. Was it in the church or
No,
was it in the secular realm?
secular. So I
Okay.
went to a graphic arts high school in the city, and I got my first website client. It was like a paper company.
Okay.
I don't remember the name right now, but
Okay.
it was $2,000 for like 4 pages.
Copy too?
And that was a lot of money, and I didn't have to. I just had to design it. So I think I got put on through a professor, and then there was a company looking for that. So that was like my first win.
Okay.
And now even websites, yeah, you can get that money for it, but everybody's kind of doing their own with all these different like
Canva, Squarespace,
self-service
so many.
websites.
Yes.
Wix, Squarespace, and things of that nature. But yeah, so once I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, there's real money at this. So from then I went to City Tech, and I got an internship at Vibe magazine. And
Oh, throwback.
yeah, Vibe magazine. This was years ago.
You don't
And
want to
I
date yourself?
I don't. um, and yeah, I became the marketing designer there for a few years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. So now tell me about what inspired you to shift to like full-time entrepreneurship. Were we working a 9 to 5?
Yeah. So I was at Vibe at the time, and basically my passions kind of were louder than my 9 to 5. So I was there working, but I was thinking about Church of Laugh. I was thinking about Kingdom Native. I was thinking about these different things. So I don't like to be a bad employee. So I had to leave because I could no longer be good because I wasn't thinking about the success of the company.
That's so honorable of you.
Instead of staying and getting the check, I was like, yeah, let me. This is not really for me. It was a little toxic, as well, but like, I think my shift was about maybe, what was it, 10 to. If it's not 9 to 5, it's what is that? 10 to 6. Yeah,
Yes.
it's 10 to 6. I haven't worked a full-time job in a long time. So 10 to 6.
Must be nice.
At 7, I would get a text from my director like, hey, can you do like, no, I'm not
It's after
answering.
hours.
So from there, I kind of like set who I was and what I wanted.
Okay.
Like, I didn't want to work after work. Like, I wanted to live my life after that time. So I transitioned to a part-time job actually at Greater Allen, and I was the marketing designer there for some years.
Okay.
But I was living home. I didn't have no bills, so I was able to do
What you
just
wanted
that,
to do.
right? Because I didn't need to earn a certain amount at that time, and it gave me the space to start Church of Laugh and Kingdom Native because now I had more time.
Okay. Let's actually get into those brands. So what inspired Church of Laugh?
Okay. So Church of Laugh, I saw there was a void. Again, this is kind of how I create.
Okay.
Social media, Instagram is getting started, and memes are becoming about. And then I didn't see like, even if people made faith-based memes, there wasn't like this central hub where it was located. So I was like, okay, what if I start a network that kind of showcases or brings church humor in one platform? So I started Church of Laugh based on that. Even before this though, like some people may just see it, oh, that's the Instagram account, right? Instead of looking at it as a full company or a full brand. I actually did a live show years before that, and what that looks like, it was kind of like a SNL
Okay.
in living color, and I did a few shows. I did one in Brooklyn and I did one in the Bronx. I think I was like around 18 at this time, and it went well, but I just really wasn't ready for the beast of
what came with it.
Right.
Got
So
it.
it had a different name, but from then I was kind of creating.
So it wasn't Church of Laugh then?
It wasn't called Church of Laugh.
Do you remember the name?
Yeah, it was really terrible. It was called My Positivity, right? You probably
That's
didn't even,
horrible.
Right. It was really bad. Yeah, because again, I didn't even know the.
Was it spelled like a certain way?
Or maybe it was called. No, it wasn't called My Positivity. My Positivity was maybe like the handle.
Okay.
It was called Positivity. So
Better.
Positive TV, like
Okay.
yeah, I thought I was killing it. It
Okay.
wasn't.
It was not.
So it got renamed. But even from before that, like I would be the clown, right? The clown at church. I've done the wigs. I've done all of the Tyler Perry type stuff.
Okay.
Before it became even like what it is today. Today I don't do that stuff today. Me putting on a wig and all that kind of like a church hat or something like that. So again, I would do these skits at church. So it started even from there. Like I literally would just go on the pulpit and people would just start laughing without me saying a joke. And not because I look funny.
I was getting ready to say, let's clear.
Because I don't.
Let's clear that up.
So because they were anticipating laughing.
Okay. So why do you think that people have resonated so much with that content from Church of Laugh?
I think what happens is that either you've been to church for a long time, you grew up in church, or you visited church maybe once or twice. There are some cultural background stuff that it's almost like if you're a black kid from New York or a black kid from the South, there's just certain things that resonate with you. So some of the things I remember was like the church shoes that little girls wear. It's always the same. And it's still the same.
It's still the same shoe.
It's still the same shoe. So shout out to the creator of that. Like hopefully you're getting residuals on that.
Wherever you are.
Or whether it's like, okay, deacons dress a certain way or church mothers always have candy. Like this is things that all of us have been through.
Right.
And so we can all talk about it. We can all laugh about it. And even as the church kind of changes to, I guess, a more modern thing, there are still people that were raised in church. And now there's new humor of the new stuff, right? What goes on in modern church. So it's just people being able to relate to a place that they come every week and that there's jokes every week.
So speaking of new humor, keeping Church of Laugh in mind, what is the last video that has made you laugh uncontrollably?
Close the doors. Now, actually, it was. So even with that moment of Marvin Sapp, somebody took that moment and they were doing offering in the church, and they said, "Oh, this is the part of service where we say close the doors." That's what the culture is, right? Where something can happen, something bad can happen, and we can all laugh about it at some point. So I think I think the internet, the memes have created this kind of culture that even when I'm in church, even though it's serious, even though it's we want to be respectful, there's like this light-hearted feeling that we should be able to have fun and have joy in the place that we worship.
You know, I was an unofficial brand ambassador for Kingdom Native.
Yo, you supported beyond measure.
Day one. My mama too. Wearing her hoodies.
You was.
We're looking forward to future lines.
Yeah. So I could talk a little bit about that. Like, so I took a break, maybe not like a premeditated break, but I did feel like why I started it became more competitive, and not competitive as like other brands, but like felt like I was competing with the internet for the stuff to be seen and whatnot.
The algorithm.
My success was organic, and so now moving into a space that you had to pay for everything, it was just like it was a little shock for me, right?
Okay.
So it took out, like, again, the original meaning of why I wanted to do it. And also, I think pandemic was happening and I started having babies. And
Ooh.
so
Shout out to the littles.
the focus and the grind was a little different. But God told me to focus on it again.
Okay.
And so it's going to be really crazy.
I love this.
I'm really excited.
Is this a sneak peek?
You said a sneak peek?
Well, like a sneak, like verbal peek? Like
it's a verbal peek. So last year, maybe November, I took a weekend. No kids, no wife, no phone, no nothing. And I was like, I want to focus on this. And in 2 days, 6 collections.
Yes.
And so it's going to be crazy. I'm really excited about it. Now, I feel like God had to tell me, like, you still have a voice in this. As much other brands and stuff like that have come. And now it's like I'm not in it for competition. It's just more so like you still have a voice. You
Absolutely.
I still want you to do this. So, yeah. Should be having like a pop-up come this fall. It's
Okay.
going to be, like I said,
do you need
really
another
crazy.
brand ambassador is the question.
You can take some pictures. We can take some pictures.
And my mama too.
Yeah, maybe your mama too. We'll do a mama and daughter collection.
Oh, I love that. All right, so let's dive into how do you balance staying true to your faith while also engaging with culture?
I don't. While they might present itself as two different things, it's not. And Church Alive and Kingdom Native are products of this, right? Where people that are from the street or in urban environments, they go to church. They also, so they can laugh at church stuff, and they also want to wear stuff. To laugh. They also want to wear stuff that they usually wear. Now, depending on the church you go to, you're either wearing sneakers and t-shirts
with ripped jeans.
Ripped jeans. Some of the ripped jeans don't make sense, but the ones with the from here to here, like the knees out that the women wear, I don't get it.
Don't do that.
I don't get it. But there's that, and then obviously people are still wearing 3-piece suits and pointy shoes and hats and all those kind of things. But even in those churches, if Kendrick comes out with a song or anybody comes out with a thing, that's their message, right? Because they're trying to reach what culture is saying. So they're not really different. It's just that our resolve is that Jesus did it for us and not money and not anything else. It's not about fame, but it's about his glory.
So speaking of his glory, I feel like there's a sermon that's brewing. Do you think one day?
What? One day what?
Nothing.
One day I will be a preacher? No.
Your brother is an amazing pastor.
Yeah, he is.
Shout out
He
to...
is. He is.
He is.
He is. That's not for me. My church is Church Alive.
Did you ever feel pressured to... Because sometimes that's a thing. Like with PK's, folks just kind of think like, oh, you're next in line. It's just like, no, actually, I'm not.
Like, and people, there's always like, I think women go through it like, oh, when you're having a baby or when you're having another one or when, like,
good point.
People haven't really done that to me because my purpose is loud and people know who I am. Like, so they don't see me as a pastor, maybe because of some of my characteristics that might not be good to be a pastor. But they'll look at me like, yo, when you having another show, when are you doing this or whatnot? Some people might say, like, again, if somebody says like, oh, when are you taking over the church or whatever, that means you don't know me. Fair. If you know me, then you know that it's not, and not to say that I'm bigger than it, but my purpose is just different from that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Let's go back to, we were talking about platforms. And so I want to ask you, how do you handle the pressures of visibility, right? And just keeping up with those platforms?
I think, especially in I feel like my COVID period was longer than everybody else's.
We all had an extended COVID period.
It feels definitely extended. It felt like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in control and it could be like a spoiled approach,
Okay.
but like if I want to go viral tomorrow, I'll just go viral. Like I feel like that because of the track record, right?
Got it.
At any day I can be viral, right? There is this like expectation, like, oh, I got to do this idea and stuff like that. I don't necessarily feel that pressure.
Okay.
And so I'm losing the question. What's the question? I don't want to like drift too much.
How do you handle
off
the
of it.
pressure of visibility?
Oh, the pressure of it. Okay, so the comments used to get to me, like, you know, if you're reading it, and people are saying, "Hey, why you posted this?" and whatnot. I don't read the comments anymore. So
Don't read the comments
no,
section.
I don't read the comments. I read it like maybe a few because it brings me joy back. Like people enjoying the content brings me joy as well. And the pressure took me out for Kingdom Native.
Got
it
it.
did. It was just like what I needed to be, I wasn't able to be at that time. For what social media changed into, it was like, okay, you need to post, you need to do real, you need to do all those kind of things. And I wasn't able to do that. So I stopped. And I felt okay. And I still feel okay.
I still feel okay.
And when I come back, I don't have like this like, oh my God, there's so many brands, there's so many things that have come. No, because I'm very clear about what I'm supposed to do.
Good. So speaking of the comment section, right? Has there been a time that you had, like you saw a very funny video, something happened in church that was incredibly funny. Has there been a time that you were like, you know what? My moral compass says don't post this?
Oh, all the time. There's a lot of stuff that I don't post that I may find funny, but I look at my brand as a whole and I'm like, okay, will the general public find it funny?
Okay.
And then even there's certain stuff I kind of stray away from. Like I think while I may laugh at a tongues video or something like that, like if it's really a sacred or a serious moment, I probably won't post.
Fair.
If somebody writes in the comments like, hey, that's my uncle and he's going through something, I'll take it down. I have no problem with that. Like what I've noticed with other accounts.
Say that again.
I'll take it down. What I've noticed with other accounts is like, there's this shit, I posted it and I'm not going to take it down or whatever. Like, no, because the goal is not to make people sad. The goal is to give joy. And while everybody might not agree, I am not here to cause depression. I'm not here to make somebody feel so bad that they, want to do something to themselves and whatnot. So the goal is always to bring joy.
I love that. Look at you. What's a lesson that you learned along the way?
With just in
it
general?
Could be from the creative realm. It could be being the force behind so many successful brands.
One thing I'm actually like, I guess you could call it learning is value, right? Someone that like I haven't watched so much of his stuff, but I'm a fan. His name is Myron Golden, and he's selling courses. He's selling, classes based on someone like, oh, if you want to do this thing, take my course and you'll make this amount of money, right? And there's this concept of doing more to get more. And it's actually opposite. I could ask you a question right now. So say you wanted to learn something and it was like 50 videos and it cost $10,000 for you to do it. And you were going to make 100,000 from it. Versus one video for 10,000 and you make the same 100,000. Which one are you picking?
I'm taking the one.
The one. So that teaches us that we don't have to do more. It's just whatever we're doing, we have to make sure it's that impactful. So I don't want to do more work. I don't want to do like even sometimes like with the brands and like with Church Alive or with Kingdom Native, I'm like planning the shoot, doing the shoot, taking pictures of myself, or whatever, like promoting, marketing. I don't want to do all that work. I don't know if I ever did, but I think when you're starting, you feel like, yo, I have to do it, right? Because I have no body, I have no help, or I don't have the budget for it. I've done it. I don't want to do it again. There's so much people in this world that want to do things, that can do things that are better than you, that can just be a part of a team. So most importantly for me is about not doing more, but still having the same value by doing it, period.
What are you most proudest of?
I'm proud of me. Like,
period. Snoop Dogg.
No. I'm proud of me, like, for real. And it's being able to continue even though you don't have the team that I'm talking about, or you don't have the resources, or that you don't have these things. That every day that you continue, you should be proud of that, right? And not take it lightly, because none of it is easy, right? It is long nights. It is costly. It is mentally draining, right? But when you continue to go, that is something to be proud of. And honestly, I don't want to give out the name, but that's literally like the name for the Kingdom Native launch. It's all about that. It's all about continuing.
I love this.
Yeah.
Jeremy Williams, this has been great. Well,
I feel like I got to ask you questions. I don't know. This is
no.
I'm so used to, so used to our podcast when,
Yeah, tell the people what happened.
To what? The podcast? I don't know.
No, life happened. When people ever ask me, but I will say, what has been so humbling and super dope is how much people love that show. We were the first, right? When you look now, there are many.
There's many. There's something about that God has graced me with being first and stuff. And I think we got to be actually happy with, even if it doesn't continue, we were able to inspire.
Yep, we did.
And I think at the end of the day, if that's what we do, and like imagine starting something and then 50 people do it because you did it.
Incredible.
I know that's happening.
I'm honored.
I know that's happened. That's happened with Second Service.
Yes.
That's happened with Church of Laugh. I saw another account the other day. It said SDA Church of Laughs.
Okay.
Who made that?
Okay.
Why uses my name? But okay. Be inspired. And cut me the check. But also, be inspired. Kingdom Native, like, again, the amount of lines that have come out of the yes, the ability to start. So start that thing. You started higher.
I did.
Wow.
I did.
It started, and it's great. You're starting, and I'm here with you. Honored to be first. It shouldn't have been in any other way. So I'm glad you paid respect.
Are you bullying?
You paid respect and tribute, because you was trying to book me later.
No, your availability
I'm so
was booking
glad.
you later.
I am so glad that I was able to be first and to grace this opportunity. This is dope.
Thank you.
I'm
So
really happy
because
for
you are the first guest on Higher, it's only right that my final question for you is, what does living higher mean to you?
Based on 420 or based on, it's green too. It's, the Brandon, what's happening? Tell me, you're in green. You got green behind you. Tell me about higher.
I can't just
what
love
does
the
higher
color.
mean to you?
I can't just love the color green.
What does higher mean for you?
No, you cannot interview the interviewer.
What does higher mean for you? I think that is honestly, that word actually describes what God gave me to do. So instead of doing it just to get by, do it better, do it higher. Like whatever that thing is, go put it do it at another level, because the level you're on is just surface. So that's what I would say about
I think
higher.
we can end right there.
You don't want to correct me?
No.
So am I right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
because churches be having the 420 higher. You know, I don't know
You
if
never
they
know.
lift him higher. I
Okay.
don't know if that
All
was,
right.
you know.
Well, Jeremy Williams, J. Will, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for gracing the couch.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
This is dope.